Hi, I'm Sandy Horton. This week I'll be bringing your midweek devotion. Christmas decorations are put away, well, at least for the most part, and we're almost 3 weeks into the new year. Many New Year's resolutions have been made and some have already been broken, but many of us are probably still thinking about the new year and wondering what it has in store for us. For me, January is a month when I take stock and plan what the year is going to be, sort of out with the old and in with the new, so to speak. But as a Christian, the most important part of planning is what is God's plan for me? And how do I know what it is? What is His will for me? I've long struggled with that question and continue to do so. At times, I feel some certainty that I'm in God's will. At other times, I have to confess I'm fairly sure I'm not. And then sometimes it just seems almost impossible to tell. Some time ago, a couple of years ago, when I was pondering that question, I was reminded of familiar verses from the past. In fact, there's some that I learned at church camp a long time ago, which seem to shed some light on what God's will is for me. Romans 12, 1 and 2. Therefore, I urge you, brothers, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. To me, these verses seem to be saying that if I, 1, present myself to God, if I refuse to conform to the world, and if I renew my mind, to me that means letting go of the bad or the faults and learn more of God's way, then I will have an increasingly clear picture of God's will for my life. Lord, help me to listen and see what you have in store for me. Help me to read and study and pray so that day after day I will walk in your way. May you have joy and peace as you discover His will for you in 2021.